Hello, Cherie Hanson here. I have not been posting as much as usual because I had eyelid surgery on the 21st. It's healing quite magnificently, but for a while there, I really couldn't look at screens or anything that fancy folderol. I wanted to invite you to follow my YouTube channel for things that I'm learning and finding out and exploring. Everything is like, I'm like a kid that goes wading into pebbly water. It's always like, oh, look, here's one. And so it's always a state of delight when I learn something that can help me or somebody that I'm coaching. I do invite you to get a hold of me for distance coaching. My clients are doing very well, and I have the guide of my channel, which knows things I couldn't possibly know, and my practice of 50 years of reading various cards and remote viewing. I want to talk today about how things sometimes look clearer in retrospect. I've been wandering through this haze of, it's like all I needed was this cane and a robe and ashes rubbed into my clothing to be in a place where you're pegging along, but you can't find a path, and you don't see what the purpose of this is. Why the hell am I here? Why am I going through this? And one of the practices that I teach my clients is to be able to stand back and disengage yourself from the emotional reaction to come to a place where you can see in the future how this is making you stronger. And I stumbled into a bookstore or the library the other day, and I'm just like, I think I'll go look at this library. And I went to a shelf, and I found two books, and these are my next ones. This is Take Care of Yourself, of Your Type, for the Enneagram Guide. And the other one is Gretchen Rubin's The Four Tendencies. Now, what I realized after I had limped out of the library, step back, I'm afraid of everything now. Skateboarders, toddlers, I think I should just have one of those flashing sign hats I could put on top of my head, like, caution, caution. And so as I'm coming out of the library, I realized, I'm looking for books to support who I am. Absolutely who I am. And I thought, that's interesting. That tells me that in some way there's a big shift that's gone on. The shift is not lay down, shut up, here's a strip of belt to chew on as you endure this pain, and give up hoping and dreaming and wishing. This is, okay, let's go back to basics. Let's figure out who you are, what is your strength, and what we're going to do is we're going to move in and we're going to support that. The second thing I wanted to talk about today, which was so exciting for me, is I'm going to be reading for the BC Writers Guild 8 minutes of my poetry coming up on the 25th. And of course, it only 5 days after a complete hip replacement, so that shouldn't be a problem. It's going to be fine, I tell you. So as I went through my poetry, and I'm pulling out what Betsy Warland taught me to do, which is take the poems that fire you up, that make you feel supercharged, that you've got spirit connected, like You know, when your battery's gone down on a device and you plug it into the wall and you can see it, it's charging, baby. It's getting on fire. And I could feel that when I was practicing these poems. And I thought to myself, that's who I used to be. That is who I used to be. Not somebody hiding in the house, worried about COVID, worried about exposure, uh, finding the way people are talking and reacting to one another frightening on a deep level. But I am supposed to be on fire. I'm supposed to be speaking truth. And when I got done reading those poems and played it back to myself, I thought, oh, so it's like a metaphor for me. You know, you're walking through this dark forest and, you know, there are wolves and raccoons, rabid raccoons, and strange owls. You know, there's just disaster everywhere. And you're going through the forest and you're going, I'm on a quest, but I don't know what the quest is about. And then I got this landing lesson, which is the quest is about finding you. And I reconnected with who I used to be. Oh my goodness, to stand on a stage and speak that clearly and that passionately about what life is made me feel this surge of joy. And I thought, there it is. That's what I've been missing. I've been missing the passion of being alive. And that was super cool. I wanted to share it with you today. Only 18 days till I get my new hip, and then I can start rebuilding my body, my life, my attitude, my client base. It's all going to fall in place. Oh, it's going to be beautiful. And I do want to mention that I have a blog at CherieHanson.com that has now hit 75,250 subscribers. Do come aboard and have a read of this. It's kind of frustrating following my path because it's not like goes to the stone, pulls out the sword, and now is free. It's more like, no, that's the wrong stone. No, that's not your sword. I don't know. Why are you just sitting on this rock over here and not doing anything? it's interesting for me to go back and read to 2008 and see how humorous, how ridiculous, how much black humor is in my journey. It's like, come on, you learned this 20 times before. And so I get a chance to look back over how human I am and to sit in humility. It's tough being human, baby. It's tough. Thank you so much for watching and listening. Do subscribe to this or to my blog. I am available for readings. I am helping people. I have been helping people for 50 years. And it's not because I am perfect. It's because I understand. Thank you.